What's up, guys? This is Chris here, and today we have a brand new handgun for you. Today we're going to give the first impressions of the new CZ P10C comped model. This actually has a big single port comp in the 4-inch barrel here, along with a few other changes from the classic P10 design. First off, this one actually came with an RMR plate in it. I'm not sure if that's because I got it sent from CZ or if you guys actually get that. You have to let me know in the comment section. This one has night sights on it with a U rear notch, which is pretty cool. We have some exaggerated serrations on top, which I personally really like because I like the pinch method. Same old 4-inch striker fired polymer frame pistol. Comes with two 15-round magazines out of the box. This one actually came with a set of base plates if I want to upgrade a little bit, and a set of grip modules here. So if you want to put a different grip on there, or at least a different grip insert, you can do that to make the grip bigger or smaller. I actually left it the same old standard size because my other one has a enlarged grip and I wanted to see how this one feels again. Now the P10 series is again striker fired polymer frame, but it is known for having a very good trigger, good ergonomics, and a very low bore axis. So it allows it to be a very shootable gun while also being a very lightweight gun. I think the single port comp is going to help with that even more, along with I think they changed a few internals as well, which we may or may not talk about later. Now I have the X300 on here, classic light. I like putting the X300 on most of my guns, so I tested on them. And I also put a standard RMR Type 2 on here just because I really like how it looks. Should be a pretty shootable platform. Again, ultra lightweight 4-inch barrel gives you a good enough size to carry, but you can still fight with it. On top of that, I think it's around 26 ounces, almost the exact same size as the Glock 19. Just think better ergonomics and obviously the new single port comp. Let's go shoot it today, see the reliability, check the accuracy, and I'll give you my final impressions here in a little bit. Now, before we get into the video, I do want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. It's because of you guys we have guns and ammo and cool shit on the channel. We really appreciate you guys. Want to support the channel? That's the best way to do it. Just go to the link in the description below. Also in that description is a link to a local shelter named Iowa. It's the YSS. Those kids could really use your help, so please get on there and donate to those kids. And finally, we want to thank the sponsor of this video, which is DNT Optics. I actually reviewed the DNT Hydra, and it was one of my favorite optics I've ever had on the channel. Super awesome to have thermal, and even more awesome to have it at least affordable enough for regular people to buy without sacrificing durability, feature set, or quality. Now, thermal is a superpower that you can literally buy. It is very cool to have a thermal optic. If you're interested or sort of thinking about it, trust me, they're fun and they're worth it. If you have 10 guns and you don't have a set of thermals or a set of night vision, you should get them because it's even fun to use when you're not shooting. I often take my optics off and I just wander around at night and just see what I can see through the scope because it's so easy to identify things, especially at night when creatures are out and they don't think you can see them, but you can because you have thermal. Personally, I think DNT Optics, particularly their thermal, is one of the better optics for the money we've had on the channel, and I definitely recommend them. That's a pretty good group already. We have to go down or right just a little bit. If you get a high enough rank in Call of Duty, you can do that trick. Bad trigger press on 2 of those. I don't know, I might be a little rusty. Too much 2011s. All right, now this little 4-inch gun actually shoots pretty good so far. I got about 6 magazines through it now. Trigger feels good, it's breaking in. Now these P10s really like to be broken in. I know they're a little broken in from the factory, but they could use like 400 or 500 rounds, then their trigger gets really smooth and nice. But the good part is right out of the box, the reset feels really good and it's really fast, so it shoots pretty quick. Now the single port comp on this works super well. I'm a big fan of just the classic single port comp. I think that works the best out of any of the compensators, and that's a big chunk port right there. And I was worried we'd lose some accuracy because sometimes they cut this out and then it fucks with the rifling a little bit, in which case so far that has not been a problem. I've shot like 3 or 4 mags past 50 yards, no issue whatsoever on a man-sized target. It's really all the accuracy you need with a handgun, and so far it does decrease the recoil pretty good. Now as far as the sights go, I like when the sights set back. It looks very good. This milling on the top is done really well. I don't know if this is deeper or not, or just in conjunction with the top, but you can really grab this nice. The rear still feels good, as rears generally do, and the sights work pretty well. I was looking at them sort of through the sight. You can sort of see them right there, right over the RMR, which is actually dope because this is just a standard plate. Ambi slide release, slide stop on both sides. Now the magazine release they did switch, I think it used to have an Ambi one, and I hate those because it just means that each side doesn't work very well, whereas this one works great. It felt good to drop the magazine, and it felt good to insert the magazine, as insertion generally does as well, because the little bit of bevel there works awesome. Now this gun comes in at market, I think, for around $650. Probably find it for around $550 right out of the gate, making it one of the most affordable comped guns. It's quick, which is good.
Well, it's no 2011.
It is no 2011. That Viper kind of got me spoiled, but this is actually pretty nice. I mean, I like it more than I like the Prime.
It's a carry gun.
Well, no, the problem is actually that my hands are kind of just like slippery from sunscreen because I got to put on ginger cologne. Other than that, I actually don't mind it.
Okay. I'm impressed. I'm impressed so far. Let's shoot some more. Oh shit. My titty reloads were faster than my pocket reloads.
I gotta get that finger part down.
Both of us are struggling today with reload. Hey!
No, I like it a lot. It that feels really nice actually. I noticed that like when I like start gripping on it really hard, it starts to, you know,
indent,
leave a trail.
Yep. How do you feel about that comp versus the Prime? Because you thought the Prime was super loud.
Well, I mean, I'm also not hungover as fuck, so.
That's true. Good job, me. Nice. How do you feel?
Feel great.
Good.
Feel like I've been doing a lot better at shooting lately.
Well,
practice makes perfect, they say.
They do say.
All right, well, this went pretty well, as I sort of expected. The CZ P10 has been a gun that I've been running now for better part of half a decade, maybe a little bit more. They've been out for quite a while. And I remember the first time I ever got one of these, I was very, very excited. It was kind of the new alternative to the Glock 19. At the time, there was really just the Glock 19 and the M&P, and the CZ P10 came out with not only something new and innovative, a little bit better trigger, a little bit lower bore axis. Well, maybe not than the Glock or the M&P, I guess, but still a pretty low bore axis. Also, a very smooth shooting gun for an affordable price with lots of features people were looking for. That was before Glock upgraded a little and Smith upgraded a lot. Nowadays, the P10 was a little dated, but they solved that issue by making it really affordable. If you went into the gun store, the P10C was likely between $300 and $400, which allows it to be in a peer group with a lot of guns that are not nearly as good as it is. It is really one of the best guns for the money in the industry. And I feel like this is certainly one of the best comp guns for the money in the industry. Now, they didn't change a lot. I hear they changed some of the internals, though I'm not sure what that is. We'll probably talk about that in the full review. However, what I did notice was at least the RMR mount is very, very low. I like that a lot. I like the new sights. I like the slide milling on the top of the slide. I like the fact that they kept the trigger. The trigger feels super good. I always dry fire the hell out of these triggers because I'm amazed how good they actually are, especially by comparison to your stock Glock. Now, the undercut on the trigger guard feels great. The texture on the grip, although I wish it was higher, one of the cons of this gun, it's so aggressive. It really funnels your hand to that high grip to allow you to really control that recoil really well. And it does have one of the best set of ergonomics on the grip of any firearm on the industry. Now, that single port comp's really what they switched, as I mentioned before, and I think that was done super, super well. Some companies come out and they do some weird shit. For example, the Canik Prime has the 3 ports. I don't really see a reason for that. I know that maybe some of the bigger single port comps can degrade accuracy, not in my experience if it's done right. If you take a standard barrel and just cut a big hole in it, you can certainly degrade some of the rifling. However, on these guns that are designed like this, I haven't seen any issue whatsoever. This, the Smith, the Nighthawk, the Sandhawk, those guns are so accurate. I didn't see any accuracy issues with this at all, but what I did see was a incredibly diminished recoil impulse, which feels great. I didn't feel a ton of blast. I didn't hear a ton of noise. I don't know about you.
I wasn't bothered.
Yeah, okay. And sometimes it bothers the person next to you more than it bothers you, so I wanted to ask my wife because she was filming me today. I just feel like this was done very, very well, at least so far. Now, I shot 200 through it. My wife and Bub shot 100 through it, so 300 rounds is not by any means a review, although it's a lot more than a lot of people shoot on YouTube. That being said, it's just a small sample size of my review. This is where we go out and we shoot the gun live for you, and we show you what it does and what it doesn't do. Now, for the price of $650 MSRP, I would imagine that this is a good deal. You get a solid striker-fired polymer frame pistol with low recoil. You get night sights out of the box. You get 2 magazines, which feel great. Now, the magazines themselves, I believe one of them is not backward compatible because the magazine release is different. I think it's actually the old mags won't work in this one, but these will work in the old guns, I'm pretty sure. But we'll test that for the review as well. Now, the ambi slide stop is going to be good for some of you, although I think most left-handed shooters are so used to shooting right-handed guns, they probably do a lot of things with their index finger. That being said, it still feels really, really good. And it didn't get in my way. I didn't ride it and make the gun not lock back, which feels great. I do that on Walthers and HKs a lot, whereas the P10 just fits me like a glove. I really do like this gun, and I hope that it stays reliable for the course of the review. It's shot well, it's at an affordable price, and it actually looks really good too, at least for the price that it comes out at. It doesn't look like a Nighthawk, but it looks really, really good. The coating they use on the gun seems like it has more of a sheen on it than the previous coatings. Maybe it's the same, maybe this one just looks better because it's not old as fuck. My other ones are kind of beat up. Overall, pretty good gun for the money, in my opinion, and hopefully it holds up over the review. If you want to see the review, all you have to do is subscribe. We do at least 2 gun videos, if not 3 gun videos every single week. So if you're interested in all sorts of different firearms, make sure you get on there and subscribe. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please stop by our local Oklahoma shelters and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.